Hey subbies, it's me again. I decided to do another video since I didn't do one the last few weeks. So this is a nice little treat for y'all to do. So this is a stash buster project, which is just to use your remnant yarn if you have a few pieces left. So this is called a granny square. And this is a good thing to use just corresponding colors with, generally. I'm not doing that right now. You can tell that that light yellow and the rest of this doesn't really match. It's kind of springy though, which is perfect for the season right now. So this is a very popular motif for blankets and oddly enough for clothing, like ponchos and hats and scarves and such. So you can pretty much do anything with granny squares. They don't have to necessarily be squares either. You can make granny hexagons. But what I'm going to show you today is the actual granny square pattern. So this is not the whole finished project. This is just 2 rows of the granny square, just so you can get an idea of how to do it. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with my yellow here, and you're going to do a slip stitch first. Take your hook, get into your yarn here, and then you're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to join this last stitch with the first by using a slip stitch, and then chain 3. So this is going to act as your first double crochet. A lot of patterns do not use a double crochet, or 3 chains at the beginning of the row as a double crochet, and some do. So you really want to make sure that you are aware of that. So I have my 3 chains. I'm going to do 2 more double crochets into that space, like so. And then I'm going to chain 2, and this is kind of turning the corner, basically. And I'm going to do 3 double crochets now. Chain 2 to turn the corner. 3 double crochets. Two chains, 3 more double crochets, and then to turn the corner yet again, I'm going to just do my 2 chains. So at this point, I'm going to slip stitch into that first I guess it's the 3 chains, so it's not really stitched, but that first double crochet, I guess. And I'm going to bind off. In most granny squares, you use multiple colors in one square. And so in this case, I'm going to use this light yellow and this bright variegated yarn. So when you bind off your first square, your first row, then you're going to take your second yarn, go into one of the chain spaces. So you remember that I did the 2 chain? This is where you're going to insert your new working yarn. It's not terribly difficult, but my fingers just aren't working with me today. So chain 3, and treat that as your first double crochet. You're going to do 2 more double crochet into that space, like so. Then chain 2 to turn the corner, so that's the first part of the corner. Now you're going to do 3 double crochets in the other half of the corner. Like so. So now you see that you have these 2 pieces of yarn here. You're going to want to work that into your piece like I taught you in a previous video. That way you don't have a bunch of ends to weave in. Weaving in ends at the very end of a project is really annoying. and it just doesn't look as professional as you would if you just work it right into your piece. So to bridge this gap here, which is 3 double crochets, I'm going to single crochet 1 and then start double crocheting into the next corner. So I'm going to do 3 double crochets in the corner here, and then I'm going to do 2 chain stitches to turn the corner, 3 more double crochets, like so. Then to bridge this gap, just 1 chain, then 2 sets of 3 double crochets separated by 2 chain stitches in the corner. So in the corner you're going to treat that the same way every single time, and then when you're actually working over just 3 double crochets, you are going to just chain 1 because of the way that they fan out. So chain 1, start double crocheting to the next corner, 2, 3, chain 2, double crochet 3 into the same corner, chain 1, and then I'm back to the beginning, so I'm going to slip stitch and bind off. So now I'm going to take my other color of yarn again, and I'm going to go into this corner. Just because working in a corner, working into a corner just looks a little bit cleaner in my opinion than working into the middle of the piece. And you'll also always have consistency. So if you make more of these squares, you'll be consistent every single time. So start again with your 3 chain stitches and the 2 double crochets to start the corner, 2 chain stitches, then 3 double crochets in the corner. I'm going to bridge the gap of this 3 here by using 1 chain stitch, and then in this gap you are going to do 3 double crochets. Chain 1 to get over to the next corner, double crochet 3, chain 2 to turn the corner, but don't split your yarn, double crochet 3 more. To finish the corner, chain 1, next space, double crochet 3, chain 1, double crochet 3 into the corner, chain 2, double crochet 3 to finish that corner, just pull that one out, chain 1 to bridge that gap, double crochet 3, chain 1, this is the last corner, so I'm going to double crochet 3, chain 2, double crochet 3, chain 1 to get to the next space, double crochet 3, chain 1, slip stitch to finish the row, and then bind off. Like so. So you can see that this is a 3-row granny square, and you can make as many of these as you want and make a huge blanket. This one's probably about 3 inches by 3 inches. I'm using worsted weight yarn and a D hook. I would definitely recommend probably using an F hook for worsted weight yarn and a granny square, just because if you can tell this is a little too stiff, you really want a nice drape. So drape is how a fabric drapes over your finger or your arm or something. If it has a nice drape, then it really is flexible and it just conforms to your body, I guess, your shape. And if it doesn't have very good drape, then it's just really stiff. And that's great for like washcloths or things that need to be really sturdy. However, for granny squares, since usually it's in a garment or on a blanket, you want really nice drape. So that's the granny square. I hope you enjoy.